Hey folks, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Wednesday, November 8th. Happy hump day. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing some massive news, and that is regarding Ohio. They became the 24th state to legalize. So the big week in MJ continues, and we've got a ton of other catalysts as well. We've got Florida hearing today, which we'll discuss a little bit later on in this video, and I'm going to do another video on this as well later on today. But congratulations to Ohio voters who got this approved. So again, monumental day for the MJ industry, and we're going to break all of this down. And before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, and you'll be notified on any future videos or whenever I go live. I'm still getting over this brutal cold, so just bear with me as we get through it here today. Hopefully I'll be back to my regular self in the next couple of days. Also, make sure to give Pow Group a follow on X, which is previously Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. All right, jumping into the details here. So Ohio becoming the 24th state to legalize recreational MJ. And then we'll go through the details. I'm not going to read everything in detail, but we'll just go over some of the highlights here. So Ohio voters on Tuesday approved the legalization, cultivation, and sale of recreational MJ, paving the way for what is expected to become a multi-billion-dollar market in the Midwest. So 53% of votes tallied on Tuesday night. Supporters of Issue 2 were winning, capturing 55.7% of vote versus 44.3% against. Ohio is the 24th state to legalize adult use MJ, in addition to Washington, D.C., after a contentious years-long process. MJ Biz Daily forecasts adult use sales could total $1.5 billion to $2 billion in the first year after the market launches, and $3.5 billion to $4 billion by the fourth year. Some massive numbers there, and this is going to be great for the rest of the industry, right? This is game theory playing out, and just a matter of time, just a matter of when, not if, we start to see, the rest of the rollout across the nation and across the globe. The results in Ohio show that MJ legalization can win anytime and anywhere. Matthew Switch, executive director of MJ Policy Project, told MJ Biz Daily via email Tuesday evening. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Matthew Switch, maybe. To achieve victory in a non-presidential year in a red state shows just how strong public support for legalization has become. Amen to that. Lawmakers in the state's Republican-dominated General Assembly have vowed to make changes, though, and have the authority to alter or even repeal any voter-approved initiatives. Of course, they have to add a little bit of FUD in there just to tame expectations and to bring people back down to earth, essentially. They don't want you to get excited too fast, right? And we know that rescheduling is more than likely going to happen at some point in 2024. And I don't think people really understand how big this week has been, right? We have the earnings season, we have Ohio approving, we have Florida, the hearing that happened today as well. And I think Florida has a very real possibility of legalizing at the adult use level as well. And then rescheduling. This is going to be absolutely massive for the space. And arguably, rescheduling is going to be the biggest, and then potential for even descheduling and treated the same as alcohol. So again, never been a better time to be an MJ investor and to be accumulating and adding for the long term, in my opinion. But of course, not financial advice. This is for entertainment and informational purposes only. But I'm going to continue to be dollar cost averaging. I'm going to continue to add to my positions happily, knowing that over the next few years, this is going to create a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and generational wealth to come. Ohio is the third state to legalize possession and recreational sales in 2023, following Delaware and Minnesota, which approved adult use through their legislatures. Bipartisan support for MJ reform in Ohio provides some industry momentum heading into the new year. And again, we know safer banking, rescheduling, we have Germany coming online, right? There's a lot of stuff at play here. MJ Act up for review here in Canada. I just did a video yesterday about OGen closing its doors, Fire and Flower going under. There's never been a better time for the feds in Canada to start catching up to the MJ industry and supporting the MJ industry as well. So we're more than likely going to see some monumental changes here from the regulatory front in Canada as well. So again, exciting, very, very exciting times. Vertically integrated multi-state operators such as Acreage Holdings and Cresco Labs welcomed passage of the adult use measure in Ohio and prospects of hundreds of thousands of new local customers and out-of-state shoppers as well. Ohio has nearly 12 million residents. About 3/4 are older than 21. So the legislation will vastly expand access to consumers beyond the 180,000 existing medical MJ card holders. And you can see here, MJ legalization timeline, 1998, 2000, 2004. So again, it's not a matter of if, it's just a when. And eventually this whole thing is going to be green, right? The green rush, as they say. But like I said, exciting times. I'm here for it. I'm grateful. I'm just happy to be alive and experiencing this with you all. And like I said, it's easy to get down in the dumps with the share price, some of the share prices being as low as they are, but just realize that this is temporary and it's not going to last forever. And those who have the foresight and the patience are going to be rewarded. It's all about patience, right? It's the old adage of, like Warren Buffett said, right? The stock market is a mechanism from transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient, right? Ohio also borders 5 states, and of those, only Michigan has recreational retail market. Today marks a significant turning point for Ohio and for the MJ industry as a whole, Acreage CEO Dennis Curran told MJ Biz Daily via email. This milestone vote is a testament to increased acceptance of MJ use and the dismantling of long-time stigmas surrounding the plant. Amen once again. Acreage has successfully transitioned to adult use sales in past new markets and looks forward to providing high-quality MJ to medical and adults use in Ohio consumers alike. And we know that Canopy Growth could acquire Acreage once federally permissible, and Acreage is going to be interesting. I hold a position in Canopy. Full disclosure, I do not own any Acreage. I believe I do indirectly through an ETF, but I'd have to check the percentage holdings in there. But I may look to add a small position on Acreage. I'll keep everybody posted on that. Also, New York-based Acreage also operates 5 dispensaries in Ohio under the Botanist brand, or the Botanist brand. The law also allows Level 1, Level 2 MJ license holders to expand cultivation and manufacturing operations. Adults to possess MJ 30 days after passage. Home cultivators to grow 6 plants, but no more than 12 per household. Adult use sales are subject to a 10% excise tax in addition to an existing 5.75% sales tax. The measure also creates a state agency to develop and oversee recreational MJ rules and regulations, which must be crafted within 9 months. Also, Republican Gov. Mike DeWine also opposed the measure. Get out of here with that. The Yes Campaign, the coalition to regulate MJ like alcohol, reported nearly 1.2 million in contributions before the final votes were cast. And I would go a step further and say, treat marijuana better than alcohol, because it is better than alcohol. Alcohol is poison, and MJ is medicine. So not only do we have it, not only is it a better alternative from a recreational standpoint, it actually has medical benefits and is really changing the lives of people across the globe. Other big donors included New York headquartered MSO Cureleaf Holdings and Pharmaceutical RX, a vertically integrated MJ company with operations in Ohio and Pennsylvania. And full disclosure, I'm a big believer in Cureleaf. I'm a shareholder in Cureleaf as well. And that's my second biggest holding. If you haven't checked out haven't seen the video that I did my top 5 MJ holdings and then my entire MJ holdings portfolio with percentage breakdown. You can just go to my channel and click here, search for those, and that should come up. But also today was the Florida Supreme Court hearing and arguments to decide if MJ legalization will appear on the 2024 ballot. There's a video as well. I'll go through that video and more than likely do an update on that later on today. But like I said, this is a big week in MJ. We have earnings season as well, and tomorrow morning there's Trulieve, we have Canopy, we have Aurora, and then next week we have Oxley, we have GTII, there's who else is coming up? There's Sundial, SNDL, so there's a lot of catalysts on the horizon here. And like I said, Florida probably going to be arguably one of the biggest markets in the MJ industry, especially in the near term, but I would say maybe even long term, Florida could be the biggest adult use market in the United States, and I think there's a real high chance of this passing, no pun intended. But I'm excited. Like I said, there's tons of positive catalysts coming down the pipeline right now. We know safer banking is very much on the table as well. We more than likely know that big banks and financial institutions, the Wall Street institutions and banks, are going to want to get positioned first. So they're more than likely going to do some sort of safe banking. There's even a bipartisan bill going through right now, headed by Nancy Mace. That is a bipartisan bill to legalize, which would deschedule MJ and remove it from the controlled substances list. So there's a lot going on right now. We could see rescheduling to Schedule 3 if the DEA signs off on that, which could really be any week now. And I think there's a good chance of that happening. And then it still has to go to the DOJ. But imagine if it got descheduled and treated like alcohol, or even treated better than alcohol. Like I said, it's an exciting time. Germany coming online. We have the MJ Act up for review here in Canada. So again, while prices are low and not really showing any huge reversal signs at the moment, we had that multi-100% upside move after HHS's recommendation, but we since given that all back. It's easy to look at the prices and forget about what's really going on behind the scenes. And if you really peel back the layers of this onion, there's many reasons to be excited, and the sheer prospect of rescheduling alone should excite people, and removal of 280E will absolutely skyrocket these stocks and create generational wealth opportunities for ourselves and our families for many generations to come, right? So I'm here for it. Like I said, I'm just grateful to be alive and experiencing this with you all, and I can't wait to see what happens with Florida, which would more than likely we should have some information on that over the next couple of months, and maybe even weeks, but I'll keep everybody updated. We'll do a video on Florida a little bit later on today as well, and we'll be doing coverage on all of the major earnings as well. That'll be coming up over the next week or so. All right, smash a like if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful. Share it with your network as well. I would appreciate it. It's Rod with Pow Group. Love each and every one of you. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.